Welcome, everybody. This is Steve. I am starting a new series on my YouTube channel. It's about why is education important? This is one of the largest, most commonly asked questions on the internet, on Facebook, on YouTube especially. So I want to answer that question for those who are interested in hearing the answers. I've received a undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering. I received a master's degree in both engineering management and also in MBA with an emphasis in finance. I've become an expert in multiple fields, including process engineering, manufacturing engineering, industrial engineering, quality engineering. And I've been able to basically make an excellent living doing so. Not maybe as excellent as those who start a new business, but if you want to work in a corporation like I have pretty much my entire career in a Fortune 100 or larger, you definitely need an education. And why is it that you need an education to be hired into a corporation? Well, they're looking for somebody who has a track record of hard work, of learning, interest in learning, and they also want to know what you're interested in learning about. They don't want to hire someone who's a mechanically inclined person to be an HR manager and vice versa. They don't want to hire someone who's an artist to become I don't know, a sales manager perhaps. That these and sometimes those do intersect, and sometimes that does work. But on the majority, folks want to hire someone that's suited to the role that they're hiring for, and so. Once you come out of high school and you want to try and get a corporate job, most likely they'll give you something at the lowest of levels, and you'll have to work your way up the ladder the hard way, which is manual labor. And if you don't want to do that, then education is important. Obviously, also money is important. If you want to buy a nice car, buy a large house, raise a family, have kids, all that, you're gonna need some money. That's just a fact of life. So to make a good living, to make a good wage, education is definitely important. Having those letters behind your name, such as an MS or a PhD or doctorate, always very important. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that. You could start your own business. Some people are self-starters and can do that. Some people have just learned knowledge from their family, and they can go off and do their own thing. Some people pick up information quickly or read lots of books, and that I certainly don't discount those ways of going about earning money to raise a family and all that. Definitely it is a not as a secure way of doing it, of earning a living and making money, raising a family and all that, but it is certainly a more you have more freedom to do what you want, I would have to say, and perhaps even have more freedom to do things that you really enjoy. Now, the question is, you have to weigh the two. Are you interested in will you bust your tail every day so that you can do what you enjoy and be able to come out on top someday in the future, not knowing exactly when that might be? You have to go through a lot of pain and heartache to get there. Or are you interested in going to get a formal education, get trained in a specific field, become an expert in that field, go out into a corporate lifestyle and start working there? It really depends on the person, I would have to say. If you really have to be I've seen a lot of people go into corporate and then switch and go into private industry and work for themselves, being a small business owner. I've seen small business owners come in and work for corporations. A lot of it depends not just on their personality and their talent levels, their expertise, or their knowledge. It also depends on the ups and downs of the market economy. You might say, well, what's that? Well, there are booms and there are busts in the market economy in the United States of America, and in fact across the world. You can't get away from it. You might have heard of the internet bust of 2000. You may have heard of the housing bubble and bust in 2008. There are booms and there are busts. These are things you learn about in finance, and these are things that you need to know about if you want to start your own business. You certainly don't want to start a business in a bust period unless it's something that is bust proof, like, I don't know, manufacturing shoes. Everybody needs shoes, whether it's a boom or a bust period. Nike seems to do very well. It's a good stock to purchase in a bust period. If that's, and there's don't take that as a serious thing for me. That is just a suggestion. Okay. And please don't sue me for things like that. So providing work history, becoming an expert, you really are in it for money, because when you work, you want to be compensated appropriately, and for every hour that you work, you want to make the most money per hour. So this is very important as you go forward. Make sure that for every hour you work, you make the best wage, and whether that be corporate or self-employed, you do need to have knowledge behind you. You do need to have a perspective on the world. I'll talk about those things in future videos. This is just one of many videos on why education is important. And I will see you again soon.